Connection established. Hey guys, hope everyone's doing well. Today I'm just going to be doing a little quick video for you guys. I'm going to be just discussing this new platform that came out, Axiom, as well as just new filters that I've kind of been playing around with and testing out a little bit, and could give you a different type of opportunity in the market with regards to trading on the pump fund side, low cap side of the market. So before we begin, of course, I appreciate every single one of you. I love you all. I thank you for supporting me. Thank you for just following along this journey, and hopefully you guys are taking away some good advice, or at least I'm helping you in some way, shape, or form, right? So before I begin, I just want to say I did make the new crypto Telegram chat, right? We're at 3,700 people. Join up. I know there's many of you that weren't able to join simply because the other one got banned and stuff like that. So of course the link in the bio is in for that. And I just wanted to clarify, I'm still a partner with BullX. I'm still fully with BullX. I'm just giving you guys the opportunity to test out this new platform, Axiom, that came out. In no way, shape, or form am I partnered with them. Anyone can get a link. When you guys sign up, you guys could go to rewards and get your own link and refer people. So in no way, shape, or form am I sponsored by them. In no shape or way or form am I switching over from Neo. There's no such thing. I'm just making this video for you guys to showcase the platform for you guys. If you guys want to test it out, test it out. If you don't. I mean, the platform is not going to make you a better trader, right? At the end of the day, you being a good trader is you being a good trader regardless of where you trade on or with. Okay, there's some tools here that are very good, I like. There's still some things that they need to fix. Of course, the platform's, I think, 3 or 4 days old. I just found out about it yesterday, so there's a lot of stuff that they need to work on, and they will, I'm sure. But yet again, this video is just a quick showcase of the platform, the tools, and some cool filters that I've been playing around with on this platform. And maybe you guys give them a test out and let me know how they work for you. So before we get into the filters, let's discuss just the platform itself, right? So here on the first tab, we have Discover, which is just the trending section. This is similar to every single platform, right? So for example, right here, I believe is Explore, right? So it's the same thing as BullX Neo. This is Explore, this is trending. So same thing here. Axiom has the same exact layout. It's trending. You have your own filters here and stuff like that, right? At the bottom right here, on every single tab you're on, you have presets, which are just your settings, right? Your slippage, priority fee, bribe fee. You could have a custom node in here. So I know some people have custom nodes. The more advanced guys, you could input it here. So that's a good kind of pro of the platform. You have the wallet tracker, of course. You could input wallets, which is great. You could import them as well as directly from BullX, which is great. So it's convenient for you guys if you guys are going to do that. And lastly, they have the Twitter tracker. Of course, it's a little glitchy. As you can see, it's from a day ago. I think this personally from their side was just a showcase of the product and the fact that they have a Twitter tracker and they're planning on implementing one. I wouldn't really rule them out just because this one's not working currently. I think it was just more so them showing you that they have the ability to do so, and that once the platform's up and running and they're good, they're gonna, make that effective and work properly. So down here you have the Bitcoin price, Ethereum price, and Solana price, which I like. It's a nice touch. Most platforms don't actually have that. And here we have down here the recommended priority fee, recommended bribe fee. It says if your connection is stable, you have notifications, the Discord, it takes you directly to the Discord, directly to their Twitter, and lastly the Google, the docs, right, of their platform, where they're going, the tools, etc. So let's go into Pulse. So Pulse is the same thing as BullX Neo, NeoVision, right? You guys know this platform, you're very familiar with it. It's the same exact thing. Same exact thing, it's just called different. It's called Pulse, right? As you can see, it's a little bit different colors and stuff like that, but overall, everything is the exact same, right? As you can see, they have some cool features though. So for example, if you hover over the X, right, Twitter, you see that in orange, Oracle Framework. That's the name of the Twitter and if it's been reused or not. So 9 days ago, it was named Oracle Framework. Then obviously you have the website, pump fund, search. So this searches the contract address on Twitter, for example, see? So it searches the contract address on Twitter. Here, this takes you to their platform. And here, this takes you to the Twitter. Very simple, very obvious and simple. So here we have holders. There's 9 holders. There's 0 professional traders, 0 migrations for the dev in previous coins. right? So this is a cool tool because sometimes there's good devs. Like for example here, he had two coins that previously migrated, so it could potentially signal that it's an experienced dev, right? And could help you to catch a early coin that will go far. So here we have dev migrations, as I mentioned, pro traders. Now down here we have top 10 holders, 43. So I kind of like how it shows you like the other platforms, red, green, right? So red, 43 top holders, not ideal. 3% dev holding, that's good. 63% snipers, red, not good. 0% snipers, 0% insiders, and 62% bundles holding, right? So I like how it's very simple. It's just red means bad, green means good, right? But you also have to do more research, right? Because a dev can have side wallets and stuff like that. But it's just a good kind of way to show you from a very easy standpoint. Now, what else do they have, right? Well, for example, they also have DEX paid. So right here, it tells you if DEX screener was updated and paid for, which as you can see, it is. So that's something that really can help you in terms of identifying someone who's invested into their coin and is not going to rug you instantly. So for example, let's go to Kraken here, this coin, right? So it went to 600K, etc. So what else can we look at here? Well, this is like most other platforms, right? We have the trades going in real time, the positions of yourself, the person. You have the orders you set up, holders, right? You could go through holders. So this, for example, is insiders, etc. So it's telling you that and showing you transactions. Here's the bubble maps, right? It's showing you all the supply of every single wallet address that's holding the token. And then we have, for example, here, trade panel, which is just the trades that were done by the respective people. So you could kind of, instead of having the trades over here popping up at the bottom, you could have them up here, okay? And so we also have dev tokens, which is an incredibly useful tool. Bullex has the same thing here, guys, right? You go here, dev tokens. So it's very similar to Bullex Neo. Significantly the same thing, pretty much, except they are slightly cheaper, and they do have some cool tools, right? So they are like Bullex Neo. They're very similar, and they're predominantly the same, except they're adding some new features. And lastly, of course, there's some cool things up here that I'm going to show you. So this is just showing you the dev tokens, right? So we only made one, and it migrated. So here on this side, we have the bottom right, we have top 10 holders, dev holding, snipers holding, liquidity pool burn, bundlers, right, the bundles, insiders, holders, pro traders, and DEX paid. So those are very key metrics to know about. And here on the chart, we could go to the top right. So here we have the volume, right, 230K volume. Here we have 400, this is the 5-minute volume, I apologize. Then you click on the 1 hour. Then you have 1.14 million volume, 4.5K buys, 600K worth, etc. Then you could click on 6 hours and it tells you the 6-hour volume, 24-hour, etc. Right? So now we have the buy function. So for example, you just do a market amount, let's say 1 SOL, and you click buy, right? And you could adjust your slippage fees down here. So for example, these are your current fees and your slippage, right? But where you change that is down here in the top bottom left. You go to slippage. I recommend 10 to 15%, no more. Priority fee 0.001 is perfect. Bribe 0.001 is perfect. And then just click MEV protection on. And beautiful, that's done. And you just buy or sell, and you could do limits as well. See, so you can do a limit order, same exact thing. Now, another cool thing they have is advanced, right? So what you can do is you can actually have an advanced kind of strategy, and this says buy on dev sell amount. So sometimes devs sell, right? And that's a strategy that a lot of people on new pairs use, where if the dev sells, they buy and it goes up. So you could have that automatically done through advanced. You don't have to worry about misclicking or not getting filled. You just set it up. You're going to probably need to do a little bit higher fees because I'm sure that a lot of people like me using this platform are going to be using this function and this advanced feature, which I think is a really great benefit and feature of this platform. And you're going to have to probably do a little higher fees, but I think this is a great tool, right? Because sometimes people, devs sell and people get scared, especially on new pairs or AI coins, etc. And there's certain scenarios where it actually does help a lot. So if you're looking at a certain coin on new pairs and you're like, oh yeah, if dev sells, it's going to fly, you could do this, click it, and it's going to place your order. right? This doesn't automatically place it. You have to do it yourself. So that's good. And also here we have advanced strategy. So for example, you could do take profit, right? So you could set up limits for taking profit where it automatically sells for you. Stop losses, same thing, right? Dev sells, same thing. You can sell when dev sells, you can buy when dev sells. And lastly, there's another cool feature which you can't use for this coin because obviously you already passed migration. So let's pick any coin in here, but you could do migration. So you could sell on migration directly. So if you buy at 50K and it's going to 90K and it's migrating, you can automatically dump it on migrating, which is a cool tool that, you know, a lot of people were saying, oh, Nova's great for that, blah, 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 blah. But this tool is directly in-house. It's much easier to use. You don't have to worry about having a Telegram pop-up, this pop-up, that pop-up. It's very convenient for you. So this is what I like. I'm still testing it out, guys. I'm not promoting this. I'm just showcasing you and giving you guys just kind of a walkthrough. And if you're interested, you try it out. If you're not, you're not. I'm still personally using BullX, right? BullX is still great. And there's nothing wrong with BullX. There's nothing wrong with any of these platforms, right? It's just we want to progress with the times. We want to advance with the times. If there's better tools coming out, we want to use better tools. That's just the name of the game, right? Why would we want to use worse tools, right? So, for example, BullX at this moment doesn't have sell on migration. I'm sure when they see this platform, they're going to be like, okay, we'll implement it. We need to do it. And they will. And guess what? Then the platforms are the same, right? But until BullX does that, I think this is a great platform to at least test out. You guys do have to remember this platform is 3 to 4 days old, I believe. It's going to be a little clunky. There's going to be glitches. There's going to be some gimmicks, you know, some things that aren't going to be working perfectly. I recommend just either testing it out and still staying on BullX and knowing the fact that this will take some time to develop, right? BullX in the first week wasn't perfect, right? All these platforms weren't perfect in the first week. So kind of what you need to realize is that they're still working on it. They're still trying to improve it. So you have to take it with a grain of salt. I'm just simply promoting you guys, or not even promoting, I'm showing you guys the tools, right? And techniques that you can do with the platform. So now you see that you have sell on dev migration. You could all do that, etc. Now that we've gone through the charts and all of that, let's go to trackers. So trackers here, you could have your live trade. So this would be your wallet manager, right? Your own wallets. When you're buying, when you're selling, it'll show you that. Live trades, right? It'll be your wallet tracker of all the people you're tracking, showing what amount, when they bought, etc. This is the Twitter tracker. As I mentioned, they're still working on it. Obviously, this was just a proof of concept. They're just showing you that you can have a Twitter tracker. And I honestly would not be surprised if they let you customize and put your own kind of people to watch, you know, and you could kind of adjust it, play around with it. You could X out of it. You could not. You could full screen it. You could do whatever you want, which is a great feature. This is another really cool feature. This is the feature I'm most excited about personally. As you guys know, I'm a big macros kind of TA guy. I love doing that. And this is your own in-house platform built Hyperliquid Perpetuals offering that Axiom's doing. And this is the part that really makes me excited because as you guys know, Hyperliquid, right? Bottom right here, Hyperliquid is one of the premier leveraged perpetual trading platforms. And they're well renowned. They had an amazing airdrop. They're building. They're a great team. And this Hyperliquid offering is inside Axiom. So you don't even have to worry about wallets, private keys, you know, having thousands of these things, right? You don't have to go to Hyperliquid on Google and then typing in a new private key. And especially if you live in the US, you need a VPN for that and all that stuff. You don't need to do it, right? That's the beauty. That's what I really like because Hyperliquid I cannot use in the US unless I use a VPN, and it just gets annoying, you know, switching on and off and having new wallets and remembering private keys and security issues and stuff like that. So I really like this because it's built in, right? So you could be shorting, leveraging, longing on leverage. So for example, many of you guys are trading meme coins and you guys are going for 5, 10x and you're risking getting rugged. Yes, macros with leverage is a lot riskier in terms of if you're doing super high leverage. But guys, if you're doing 2, 3, 5x leverage on Solana or Bitcoin even, or even Ethereum, I don't really like Ethereum as much, but it is way safer, guys. Like for example, if you guys shorted here even, right? Because obviously we topped here. Whoever thought we were going higher than 290 with this punch from 170 is sipping on some Kool-Aid. This was an obvious top. You could have shorted this, right? Even 2x leverage. And you would be up like 70%, right? Because we're down about 30%, but double it because it's 2x leverage. And that's it. And it's pretty simple. You just deposit USDC into the wallet and you could swap in-house. So for example, right here, I have 3 Solana. I don't know from where unless I deposited it. I think I deposited it before. And you could swap it over to whatever you want, to USDC, Hype. See, for example, you have Hype USDC here, right? And you use it. And that's that. Very, very simple, very intuitive, very easy. And this is the part that really gets me excited about this. Because if they could continue developing this platform, I'm going to be able to trade pump fund coins on Graduated tab, right? Or at least how we call it, right, guys, here. Graduated tab, they have a slightly different name for it. And then I could come here, if Solana nukes, I could buy. It's very convenient for me, right? And it's very simple. And then here we have yield. So yield, this is coming very soon. It's called staking, right? So you're staking the USDC. Here we have 6.59% APY. So for example, if you have USDC, you can stake for a year or a certain amount of time, and you make 6.59% interest rate annually on the amount of money you put in. So that's another cool tool. And lastly, they have Solana as well, which is coming, right? Then you have your portfolio, which just shows you the money you're making, available balance, your positions, your activity, etc. And rewards is just your sole claim back fees, how many people are signing up with your link, and stuff like that. And just personal info. I'm not going to show you rewards simply because it shows personal info from the people that sign up, and I don't want to leak some people. But anyways, what I'm trying to say is, in the reward section, you have your own link. So that's why I'm saying I'm not partnered with them. I'm not sponsored. Anyone can get their own link. And I encourage you guys to do so because you could make some extra money on the side, right? You have some friends, give them the link. They trade with it. You make a little bit of money, right? So that's a great side hustle for you guys too. I know many of you, need some money. So there you go. Promote the link and you can make a couple bucks, daily and stuff like that. So for kind of why you guys came into this video, I'm sure the filters, right? So these filters I was playing around with, I think they have some potential. They're not the end all be all, guys. So please fine tune them, play around with them. They're not the best perfect filters. No such thing as perfect filters, right? I get a lot of questions on stream. Hey, Chris, why do you not have any filters? Well, filters are more so for people on the beginning side of the things where they're starting out, where they kind of don't know what to look for. They have a higher likelihood of getting rugged and dumped on and manipulated by insiders and bundles, right? But as you take more and more practice, as you get into it more, you're going to be able to spot those things and avoid them. So let's begin. So new pairs, right? This is kind of the section that I really don't like that much, and I don't really promote that much. However, I know some of you guys trade, and so I'm going to give you some filters that I recall using when I was first starting out, kind of playing around with them, and they could potentially give you some benefits. So new pairs. I really like how specific they are with these things, right? So what I would do for new pairs protocols is only pump fund, right? And for example, if Trump's doing a speech, you could do certain keywords like Trump or exclude keywords. Here we have DEX paid and CA ends in pump. So for new pairs, no one's paying DEX paid, right? So we really want to be kind of hands-free with regards to these filters. So the only filter I'm using, there's nothing for audit, right? Audit has age, top 10 holders, dev holdings, snipers, insiders, bundle, holders, pro traders, nothing, right? The only metric is 10,000 market cap. And the reason for that is I do not want to be buying 5, 6, 7K market cap coins, right? You never want to be the first couple of holders or buyers on a coin because it doesn't mean it's a good coin, right? Because once there's some traction on it, a little higher, 10, 12K, then there's some potential and there's more potential for it to go higher as opposed to being the first person to buy. Because if there's not a lot of buyers on a coin, a dev is automatically going to sell, right? They're not going to wait 20 minutes for people to buy it. If there's no buys in the first minute, they're going to sell instantly. And that's just really limiting the amount of rugs you're going to be exposed to. So this is the pretty much all I'd be doing with new pairs. You could play around with it. I highly encourage you to play around with it, right? But new pairs is always kind of that Wild West, right? It's like cowboy times. It's really no rules. You kind of play how you want it. And so that's why I really don't encourage it. In the middle, Just like on Bullix Neo, we have about to graduate, we have final stretch, right? Just different names, guys, all the exact same thing, right? So what do we have here? Well, same thing here, protocols is pump. You still have the same offerings of keywords, bonding curve, etc. You can do dex paid, you can do CA ends and pump. I'm not doing those. So for age, I'm doing 180 minutes max, right? We want coins that are moving fast. We want coins that are getting lots of attention. We want coins that are getting lots of volume. We really don't even want to be buying coins that are that old, 3 hours old, right? I'm just doing it so it cleans it up for you guys, but I would do it even less. I would do maybe even 120 minutes, right? 2 hours. Top 10 holders, dev holding. I'm really not doing anything with regards to these simply because you have them right here, right? You see it. It's much easier to see the green and red than it is to look at the finite numbers, right? So I'm not touching those. So snipers, we're doing 12%. And why we're doing 12% is because every time most coins migrate, it's about 100 to 150 holders, right? And there's always going to be snipers, guys, always. So we want to limit it, though. There's no such thing as coins with no snipers. There's always going to be snipers. We just want to limit it. So 12% I found is kind of the sweet spot. You can play around with it, 10%, 15%, 20%. Anything higher than that, I wouldn't really personally like. Insiders, bundles, holders, pro traders, I'm not really playing around with because you can see directly here, right? You can see red, 72% insider, not too good, right? We really don't want that. 64% bundle holding, not really good, right? We don't really want that. And so pro traders is something I've seen. I'm not too sure what they classify or define a pro trader as. I'm assuming it's someone who's made X amount of money in a week or a month on pump fund, etc. So you could always do like maybe, okay, 3 pro traders, right? So here we have only 4 pro traders, 6, right? So maybe you could play around with that. I personally am not, simply because you want to be maybe catching these coins before the pro traders catch them, right? And then the pro traders buy after you, and you get a nice surge in volume because I'm sure most of them are getting copy traded, right? So then we have metrics. Metrics, we're going to keep it nice and simple. We really just want market cap. What we want to do is differentiate the market cap from here, the new pairs, with the about to graduate or final stretch, right? So that's why we have 23K, right? It's kind of just separating both the categories so you know the ones in final stretch have a good amount of volume or more so than new pairs and are less likely to full on rug, right? So that's it for metrics, and that's the entire filters for this final stretch category, right? Then lastly, my very, very favorite category, the Migrated tab or the Graduated tab on Bullix Neo, is this, right? These are the filters I've been playing around with, and I think they pose some opportunity for you guys. So likewise, like all of them, pump, same thing. Snipers, max 12. My reasoning for these remains the same. Age, I really don't want to limit it, right? Because Migrated tab, sometimes coins go to 0 and then all of a sudden they get resurrected and they start going crazy again. So you don't want to limit anything here. Top 10 holders, I would rather prefer to look at the green and red tabs over here by top 10 holders and see what's going on there as opposed to having a limit on them. Because sometimes an AI coin, guys, buys 50%, 70%, right? And what do? They lock supply. And then if you have certain filters, you're not going to see that coin, you're going to miss out, right? So that's why I'm kind of being free with these kind of filters in here. Same thing with insiders, bundle, holders. I want to be free with it, right? It's much easier to see the red and be like, ooh, a little more skeptical of it than having these finite numbers for the reason I just mentioned before, right? Sometimes coins bundle or have insider wallets to control supply. Bullish supply control exists, right? That exists as well, so you have to take into account that. And lastly, I did 5 pro traders simply because the most amount of ways a coin gets from the about to graduate or final stretch into migrated or graduated is from pro traders, right? They're the ones scouring and scouting coins on pump fund, right? On these tabs. They're the ones pushing a coin to migrated. So if a coin that's migrating doesn't really have 5 pro traders, 10 pro traders, etc., then maybe it was bundled to insanity and the coin was just pumped by some snipers and stuff and it's just botted and it's going to nuke on migration, right? So that's why I think pro traders having a minimum for the migrated tab is very, very important. And I highly recommend playing around with the filters, right? 5 was just a number I thought was sufficient based on looking at the coins in here that ran, right? There's a couple coins in here that ran kind of high. So as a result, I was doing it like that. Then we have metrics. We have market cap, 25K minimum. And why is that? Well, I want it to be so that all the rugs, all the coins that went to zero and rugged are not clogging up our valuable real estate, right? Sometimes there's a migration dip, the radium dip, and it goes from 100K to like 50K, 20K, 30K, right? Right? So you're not missing out on those coins. Because if you have it at 50K or 75K or 100K, you're going to miss out on the dip sometimes. Similarly, I have 100 transactions and 100 numbered buys. This is just to make sure it's not spoofed, right? The dev didn't buy 50% supply and there's like no supply left and stuff like that. So this is just so it wasn't sniped up and someone's holding 20% and there's top holders like 90% or something, right? So just to make sure it's an even distribution of buys and sells. And so overall, that's the filters I would use. As we can see, I don't know what this is. We have an official Kanye coin. I'm not sure. I highly doubt this is legit. Okay, it is not, as we can see, right? I just was very intrigued because I saw it. But as you can see, these filters, let's see. $1 coin, it went to 110K. Obviously, right now is not the best time to be showcasing whether these filters are good or not. I mean, Solana, as you guys can see, it's finally pumping back a little bit, but nothing to be happy about. Look at this, right? Over the past week, from $250, $60 to $195, right? So now we're pumping $10 off the lows, but this is nothing to be happy about, guys. Don't get twisted. Oh, it's up $10. Yeah, well, we're down 40 in the last 2 days, right? So don't get your hopes up too much. But this is kind of why the market's been very bad the last, I would say, week. Guys, I mean, we had a 25-30% flush on Solana. Of course, the meme coins are not going to be good, right? Of course, it's going to be a lot more rugs. They're gonna not go as high, right? This coin went to 110K, as we can see here, right? Went to 110K, right? But we do have some coins that went. I mean, we have some reversal coin. Obviously, this is botted, as you can see, dev bot, you know, so not ideal. It's a little botted. You know, I know this coin did well. There was a coin somewhere in here that did well. Anonymous Gamblers. This one did fairly well. You know, obviously it was kind of up and down. It kind of got bought up by some wallets I know that we're tracking. So some coins are doing well, but overall 99.999% of coins are absolutely horrible. And this is just kind of showing you, right? So here we have one dev migration, 213 pro traders, 807 holders, right? This Kanye coin obviously was a rug. And here we also have, it highlights, right? So it highlights into blue, dev sold, right? Here we have 1% dev holding, dev sold, 4% dev sold, 10% dev sold, right? So overall, in my opinions, this platform has lots and lots and lots of potential. However, I want you guys to make that decision for yourselves. I'm still rocking with BullX. I think BullX is great. I'm still rocking with it. Obviously, right now, I'm not really touching anything because the market is bad. But obviously, BullX is still good. It's tested and tried and true. It's withstood all the growing pains and stuff. Axiom is brand new. That's why I'm just showing you guys this, because I know there's a lot of hype around it and all that stuff. So I was like, all right, I'll give you guys a video and you guys can look at it. Obviously, the link's going to be in the bio. If you guys want it, you know, you could get it from me. If not, you don't have to get it from me. I really don't mind. You know, you just get 10% off fees or 15% off fees based on your volume. You get discounted, so that's another positive feature. And lastly, you do get SOL claim back. So you actually get a rebate on your Solana. So if you're trading a lot, you actually get money back. It's like kind of like credit cards. Like, oh, you get 1% cash back, 2% cash back. So same thing here. They actually give you that. I'm not going to show you on my screen simply because I didn't trade yet. So I didn't get any yet back. Right. But overall, this platform, I think, has potential. What's really exciting me is this Perpetual side of things. I think it's very exciting. This part really entices me. But as I said, guys, it's still new. You know, if you want to test it out, test it out. If you don't. Like I always say, guys, a platform, a trading bot is not going to make you make money. You're going to make money, right? There's traders who will never touch a trading platform and make more money than any of us will. And that's just how it works. Overall, guys, I hope you enjoyed this little walkthrough. I apologize I didn't trade anything simply because the market is not good, right? You know me, I do not promote gambling. And so as a result, I'm not going to show you gambling like, oh, let me just buy a random coin. All right, guys. So I really hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you took something away. Hopefully the filters, if you guys try them out, actually work for you. I was playing around with them a little bit a while back, actually, and they were doing decently well. The only thing I added was just the pro traders because Axiom offers it. So I was adding pro traders to the migrated tab here. So maybe you could try that out. But overall, I think these filters will be quite well. But filters aren't going to make you money, guys. You need to have a strategy. You need to have a plan in place, psychology, etc. Without those things, you won't make any money, right? So I hope you guys enjoyed. Link for Axiom's in the bio. BullX, of course, the premier Memecoin trading platform, link in the bio. But most importantly, I want you guys to rejoin up the Telegram group that was banned. I remade it. And yeah, let's run it back up. We had about 11,000 people in it, or 10,500. We're back almost close to 4,000. So let's get the group back together, the community. Let's make money together. That's my goal. It's always been my goal. And hopefully you guys are taking some stuff away from my videos. If you're not, I apologize. I'm sorry for wasting your time. And yeah, let's keep it going. I love you all. Appreciate all the support. And yeah, best of luck trading.